Welcome to the climb.
Hi, welcome back to The Climb, Life After Loss. So today's episode is a little bit different. Instead of hearing from one of us or two of us, we're all together. And my sister Jodi is asking the questions for the first time. So you'll hear our family share what life has been like, what it's looked like since Mark has died. But this conversation isn't about the day he died. It's really about how we're learning to carry Mark with us while continuing to live life, the life he would have wanted for us. So today, it should be Mark's 53rd birthday. Instead, he'll be forever 51. So let's celebrate Mark, remember him, grab your favorite drink of choice, and let's have an honest conversation about life after loss. Okay. Hi, I'm Jen. Welcome to The Climb, Life After Loss. Today, we have some special guests. We have my kids and we have my sister Jodi. Before we jump into this, make sure you have your drink of choice. All right. Okay. Before I hand this off to Jodi, I just want to point out that when this airs, it will be August 25th, 2026. So it'll be your dad's birthday.
Oh.
So I would just like to say happy birthday, Mark. You should be turning 53. You'll be forever 51. And we miss you. And I can't believe this is the second birthday that we have to celebrate without you. But happy birthday, and let's do a cheers to Mark.
Cheers, Dad.
Cheers.
Keefes, we love you. We miss you.
Miss you, brother. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mark. I love you. And I miss you.
He's getting such FOMO right now.
100%. He's like, why am I not at this table? I agree. Okay. So now I'll hand it off to Jodi, and I will preface this by saying the five of us, this is the first time we've sat down really as a family to do this, and we have no idea what Jodi's going to ask us.
No idea.
So buckle up.
Okay. So hello. I've never done a podcast before, so hopefully this goes well. I also just want to start by saying thank you to all of you. I feel very honored that you are trusting me to do this with you guys. I love you all so much, and it means a lot. So I know that we're here to talk about, obviously, Mark and your dad and your loss. But before we talk about loss, I thought we could talk about love.
Love that.
Okay. So let me get my little voice out. Jen, let's start with you.
Okay.
What do you think that people who didn't know Mark would love the most about him?
I think they would love, so they're going to meet him. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you didn't know Mark and you were meeting Mark for the first time, you would immediately feel welcomed. You would immediately feel connected. And you would feel like you had a friend for life.
Sounds exactly the way that Mark made people feel.
And then he would prank you, and you would definitely feel loved.
And if he pranked you, then you knew you were in, and he liked you. Yeah. If he's never pranked you, I don't know.
So if you were proud of Mark's life and you can get pranked,
Yeah, I don't know.
sorry.
I love that. Tim, I'd love to hear what you think about that.
I would just say, yeah, kind of like the prank thing. Like one story that kind of reminds me of that is Ryan McDermott's dad when they first met. Mark jumped right on Big Mac's back, and he had no idea in a Speedo and had no. He's like, "Who is on my back? Who is this?" And he's like, "Oh, hey, I'm Mark. Nice to meet you." And he's like, and he went up to Ryan. He was like, "I don't know who these Keefe people are, but I love them." So I think that's just kind of that's the vibe you're getting.
I love that. That's great.
So I think if you know you're if you were meeting Mark for the first time, you would notice that he would really just pay attention during your conversation and not think of what he's gonna say, but think of what you're trying to say and try to relate or just talk about what you're really saying. And I think that would really stand out of what a lot of people do. And then definitely cracking one or two jokes probably. Yeah.
Love it. It's true. He was very thoughtful. He was a thoughtful listener. And yeah.
Mhm.
Kind of feeling repetitive here, but I would say, like, just his ability to make you feel like you're the only person that he's talking to. When even if you would, like, obviously you're just meeting him, but it would feel like you've known him forever. Like, it never felt like you were just meeting him. And like the small talk that you have with someone when you're first meeting them, with him, like, I've seen him have so much small talk, and it never looked like small talk. It literally just looked like he had like known this person forever. So I think just his ability to like connect with people and just make you feel like seen and make you feel very comfortable.
I agree.
I just feel like they really love his humor, how passionate he was when he was talking to you. Just, he was just a really amazing person. And I know it's kind of getting repetitive because I'm at the end right now. But he really was very passionate about every conversation he was in. He was always paying attention, always playing jokes, cracking a joke, playing pranks. And I think people would really love his humor because I know I did. And I just, he was very awesome. I really miss him.
You have his humor, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Matt,
Yes.
when you think of Dad, what's the very first memory that you have?
So one of the very first memories I have with my dad that comes to the top of my head, it would probably be when when I was supposed to be working on my senior project all throughout my senior year. And I kind of procrastinated. I really procrastinated. Like really bad. It was about like a week and a half to 2 weeks before it was due. And I said I was going to make this giant model elevator that was like the size of me. And I just started working on it like 2 weeks beforehand. And I was really far behind. And he saw me doing really late night work, just working on it. So he ended up coming out there and we banged it out, and we did like the earliest we would go to bed like each night would be midnight, but we'd be up till like 3 a.m. like some of these nights 4 a.m. and just trying to get it done. And the last night we ended up working all the way, and when it finally got running, it was like 6 a.m. So I had to shower and go to school, and he had to go to work. And he sacrificed countless hours and went into work the next day just to help me out for something I did to myself to help me get out of that situation.
He probably didn't say anything to you about that, right?
Oh, he was having a blast. Like I had like the base model in my mind, and he was like, if we do this, we can add the doors to automatically open. And I was like, that sounds like a really good idea, but we're on like a very tight timeline, Dad.
Didn't he send me somewhere to pick up a part in like
I think he did.
2 hours away?
Oh, yeah, it was from like work.
Yes.
And
Yes.
thank you.
Sent me to pick up a part like the night before it was due.
But for the record, the teacher said that was the best project they've ever seen, and was praising me for how much time I must have spent on it. And I was like, yep, I was working really hard the whole year.
I love that. That's a great memory. I should remember that week too. All right, Emily. What's one thing that Dad taught you that you still carry with you every day?
Oh, I know this one. I guess he kind of instilled it in me, but I didn't even know it was something I like did until Mom brought it up, or I didn't know I did it like I kind of did it subconsciously, but when people have like things going on, I send them texts, and I do it without like a second thought. Like I just do it. Or if I'm thinking about someone, like I will just send them a text, and rather than being like, oh, I was gonna text blah blah blah, but like if I think about it, like I just send the text right away. And Dad was very good at that. Like he would just randomly send me texts all the time, being like you're just the best daughter, or like blah blah, like little things like that. And I think that is something that I very much took from him.
You do. I love that. That's great. All right, Danny. What's something Dad did that always made you laugh?
I would say some of my favorite memories with him would be me and him would be I would be at a walk with him, and like we'd just be walking, and then all of a sudden, like I would just do like the smartest thing that messed it up. Like if like we're going like for an example, like on the elevator, it's like I kept on my finger kept on getting tired, so it kept on joking, and he was like, "Oh, like makes a joke about what it is."
My finger keeps
Did he jerk it?
So I just kept on jerking it.
He just kept jerking it.
Can we restart this?
Yeah, so hold it. Chill.
Whew. All right, let's
He always jerked it after work.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right.
It was on the elevator shaft.
Oh,
shaft on shaft.
yeah.
Jerk it on the shaft.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right. Okay. All right. So, Danny, what's something Dad did that always made you laugh?
I would say anytime we were learning about anything, just specifically about elevators, but
We're just joking in the shed after work.
I'm looking straight right here, and I'm just.
you guys suck.
You said it, bro. You said you that was a jerking.
So, one thing that I
Oh yes.
Maybe switch it up. Maybe don't do a work story because you keep thinking about jerking it.
No,
All right.
I'm not.
Honestly, for the rest of you, and I'm going to do this right now too. Anytime I start to like giggle about something, I don't know why I do this, but I think about like Nana being dead. All right, so Danny, what is something that Dad did that always made you laugh? Oh, look at you! Oh my
fucking
fucking god, sis!
I'm so happy you laughed because I was so about to. Because now I just can't stop hearing.
Okay, so Danny, tell us what's something that Dad did that always made you laugh.
The amount of jokes he played, like we were very close, like in like everything, but like playing hockey we loved. And I vividly remember one day I'm out there just practicing, so one day I could actually beat him, which I don't know if that day ever came. But no,
You could beat him now.
Put it in
I would smoke him. I was smoking, but nonetheless, I was sitting on the chair, stairs, watching a hockey video to get better. And when I was sitting, I get a text from my loving father to make sure I was okay. And he informs me that there is a coyote in the front yard, and that I have to get inside immediately. So I do what anyone instinctively would do. I would look. I'm looking around. I don't see a coyote, but I was like, you know what? He wouldn't mess with me. He wouldn't lie to me about this. I trust him. So I pick up my stuff. I go walking inside. Next thing I know, he's next to the door, scares the actual shit out of me to the point where I fall, drop everything, and almost spasming on the ground from how scared I got. And then all of a sudden, he was like, "Hey, buddy, all I wanted you to do was come in for dinner. Thank you." And yeah, I think that sums up Mark. There was never a coyote, by the way.
I'll still watch that video sometimes when like I need like a good laugh.
Well, guys, that was awesome. I appreciate everything that you said. It really sounded like Dad. Like there was just really nice memories. So it was good to talk about the love. Life has changed so much for you guys this past year. What has grief looked like for you?
Here's Jodi.
So grief for me is I'll remember him in ways like because I live out of state. I'm in the military, so like some of the ways I kind of like remember him is like whenever I'm out and about or just driving around, I'll see people in say like a Red Sox hat or a Patriots jersey or like any like thing that's like from Massachusetts or like kind of like mainly sports, but also like when I see like 143 because he would always send that for I love you, or 595, which I don't know if that's been brought much before, but it's a number and that we remember him from. And I just try to remember him in ways like if I like, because grieving isn't just about being sad, it's about remembering him and the love and humor he had. So like I'll be doing something that like I could be doing something like really like technical at work, and he would have loved to hear all about it. And I just think like he would have loved hearing about this. Or if I'm doing something like say I went out and I'm like, damn, this is really fun. Like he would have, when I went skydiving out there with all my siblings, like I was like, he would have loved this. And I just try to remember like life's short, like you don't know how long you have, so live it to the fullest. And I like to just kind of like celebrate his life when I can.
Dad definitely had FOMO when he saw you guys.
He definitely had FOMO. Like right now.
That was on his bucket list.
I'm glad that you guys did that. You know,
I would say grieving for me has been very sporadic in the way that it's so like up and down. I think like going to school and like right after everything happened and being busy all the time, it is like a good distraction sometimes. And I think there's sometimes when the quiet moments hit where it's like my grief will hit me a lot more than normal. But I talk about dad all the time, and like that's how we carry him forward with us. But I would say I'm a more private griever. Rather, I think grieving and like talking about him are kind of two things. Like I feel like I'm a little bit more like guarded with how I'm feeling, but I love to talk about dad all the time. So I think my grief has looked very like windy, and I think I never really know when like the grief waves are gonna hit, and then but normally I can like separate like my grief and I can put my grief away, and then I open it back up when I have time to do that. But I talk about him all the time. I mean, he's a great person to talk about.
Yeah.
So
For me, like what Emily said, grief comes in waves. So for me, especially the last month or two, I feel like it definitely comes in like not bigger waves, but the waves are more spaced out because I like the way I will carry him on is one thing he loved, but one thing I was never a fan of is just taking pictures of what I'm doing. And I mean, if you saw his camera roll, it's just elevator pictures. It's really just at work. And that's one of the things I've tried to carry on is whenever he was like, take pictures of this or this, I'd be like, I don't want to take a picture of that. But now it's like, let's take a picture of this stupid golf course across work because why not? And just stuff like that. And then and anytime I come across someone who I know would have known dad, I love hearing their favorite story of him just to keep his name still going. And I feel like whenever I do that, the next time I see them, like I forgot about this story or this story, and they have 3, 4 more stories to tell about him. And I love that about seeing people that he knew and everything. And yeah, it definitely comes in waves. Some days you don't feel it, and then a random Wednesday afternoon, it's like, oh man, this sucks. Like, but that's life, I guess, and that's grief. That's major grief. So that's the way I grieve. I feel like, and then just talking it out either by myself or with loved ones who I trust, and then sometimes through music. Really, just however you can get through. Just don't bottle it up.
Yep.
Yeah, grief is for me has been different because I was out of state, like Maddie said. I was in Florida and I was playing a sport that he coached me through when I was young, and it was my last year. And I was like a captain, so I had to kind of lead everyone. So I think that was a good distraction for me. And that kind of helped me get some energy out. And then when I came home, it definitely hit me a lot harder. You're home, you're around your family, that has been living here, so you're kind of like behind, kind of catching up. But I think like hearing different stories keeps it alive. The music keeps them alive, but I just try to live every day. I just try to live day by day and live like it's your last day, because you never know when your last day will be. And I think that's one of the things that I've taken from it. And one other thing is, like Danny said, is just taking pictures of everything, because you don't realize in the moment, but then you look back and you're like, oh, like I remember this and I remember this and I remember when I took that, and it kind of gives the picture some life to it.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
You said how you now are living every day like it's your last, because of obviously, losing dad. Do you think dad lived every day like it was his last?
Yes, I would
Yeah.
say he probably didn't think of it like it was his last, but I would say that yes, every day there wasn't really times where he would just there wasn't times where he would just sit on the couch and
No.
do nothing. And if he was sitting on the couch, that means he had like he was fucking tired.
That, right?
Fucking
Or he was with you guys.
Yeah.
So he was spending time with you.
Yes.
Like,
There was never a
Yeah.
time I saw him sitting on the couch by himself,
Yeah.
except that time he got drugged.
wow. That might be a story for later.
But I've never seen him sitting on the couch by himself doing
Yeah.
nothing. He's always doing something, and I think that is something that I kind of take from him.
Yeah, because I asked that because, like you said, I don't think it was in Dad's head, I'm living every day like this, but he just made the most of every day.
Make
I
the
mean, it was just obvious,
Yeah.
in the way that he lived his life. He did. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love that.
I just try to have as much fun as you can
Yeah.
within certain boundaries. Obviously.
Work hard, have fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
What about you, sis?
Okay, so grief for me obviously looks different because not only am I carrying my grief, I'm carrying grief for four. So 5 of us. I get my numbers mixed
No,
up.
5 made sense, I feel like.
So I had to make sure that like I was okay. And I didn't know what that looked like, but I knew Mark lived with intention. We talked about that. I lived with intention. And so when someone dies in front of your face, it never made me feel more alive. And so once I could process it all, I still haven't. I can't believe this in my fucking life. But so grief for me looked like I felt it from my head to my toes. I got up every day, but I sat on the couch and I might have cried all day. But I got up every day. I told my kids when I was having a good day. I told them when I was having an okay day. And I told them when I was having a bad day, because I wanted them to see that you have a choice. You can get up or stay in bed, or you can keep going. You can rest when you need to, but you have to take care of yourself. Like, you have to feel it. If you don't feel it, it's going to come back somewhere, right? So better out than in. Dad's favorite line. So for me, in the early stages, I needed to just focus on like my grief and then being there for the kids when they needed me to be there. And then I leaned on people, right? Like, I would call and just say, I'm having a bad day.
Yeah.
But then it started to like change a little bit for me. Grief started looking like just living. I was so afraid of losing my perfect family, and it happened anyways. So I couldn't live in fear anymore, and I had to do things that were just outside of my comfort zone. So I started just living with the uncomfortable and trying to get comfortable with it.
Like this?
Yeah,
right? You
Yeah.
zip lined, right?
Yeah, but like trying to challenge myself to do different things, showing the kids that you can carry the love of your life with you and still live and enjoy life. Today's 11 months, so like I know it's gonna air on August 25th, but today's exact like 11 months, so I'm having a day for myself. And but but then the other part of grief is also love, right? And for me, when I talk about Mark or think about Mark, I just feel love and I feel happiness. And he's my favorite person to talk about besides my kids. And and then I just try to think about the fact that there is something good in every day and not just focus on the sadness, because I don't want to be sad all the time. I really don't. I like life. I like our life. Um, I would give anything to have Mark back, but that's not going to happen. He's never coming back, right, guys? He's dead. He's dead. So, anyways, grief just looks like all different ways: sadness, happiness, doing things outside of your comfort zone. And now I'm just rambling. But it has changed. At 11 months sitting here today, I feel different than I did 2 months ago.
Mhm.
I feel in October, I never thought I would stop crying. My therapist promised me I would, and I did, right? So, anyways, it just changes. You carry it differently, and people tell you that, and you don't really believe it until you go through it. But anyways, a lot for me is through music, through my children, seeing them every day. I see Mark, so but I do not try to think about the things that I won't have with him. And I just try to think about the things that we did have, the 35 years that we had. So I don't know if I answered your question, but that's
You did.
grief
No,
to me.
that was great. Yes. I want to go back to something Danny said.
Yeah.
To those that don't know, Danny recently joined the elevator union, working for the same company that Mark worked for. Danny, what's that like for you? Like, do you feel like it's like you're stepping into dad's shoes, or what does it feel like for you?
So I was lucky enough I mean, he was doing this before I was even born. So I grew up, since I can remember, him going to work for the same company, same business every day. And for years, day in, day out, he had no problem talking about it. And I mean, all those names who I work with now, I just know how great they are. And it definitely has some days. I mean, some days I'll just be going through stock, like materials, and all of a sudden it just says Paul Keefe, like his job site and everything, or I'll be going through the keys like to move a car, and it's Paul Keefe, his van keys and everything. So it definitely, I'm not expecting it. So it definitely throws me through. It just throws a wrench in the day for a second. And though that's one of the best things about it, though, is working for that same company that he did, is every person I work with, some of them worked with him for years. Some of them's been at this company longer than he's been working in the union. So it's just great, and it's always fun just asking, "Hey, what's your favorite memory about Mark?" He has very tough shoes to fill when it comes to this, but I'm not trying to fill his shoes. I'm just trying to do what I've always loved off of him, and then just keep his little tips in mind, and then just remember, yep, and head on a swivel. That's the one thing I always remember. And in that every day's a privilege to be at that company. He was there for 21 years, and every time
You just gave me the chills when you said that.
every time I walk into that building or I get into the one of their cars, that's the first thing that comes to mind is this is a privilege.
Okay. One thing that I wanted to talk about was I personally feel like the sibling relationship is so unique in every family, right? So no, you'll have, as you go through life, obviously you have your friends, you'll have your coworkers, you have your parents, your grandparents, cousins, aunts, uncles, significant others, spouses someday, but nobody in your life, not one of those people knows what it's like to be a Keef child. No, literally, right? Like, you guys know what like a fall Sunday smells like in your house, or Christmas morning sounds like, and a summer night feels like. So tell me, with that uniqueness of your siblings, how have you been there for each other this year? How have you helped each other really carry through? And I'd love to hear from each of you on this one.
It's a lot, but it doesn't feel like a lot. It's interesting because I live in Florida. Matt lives in Hawaii. Emily went off to school for her first year. Danny lives at home. So we're all in 4 different places. I wouldn't say that we talk every single day, but we talk a few times a week. We have a siblings group chat, and
Oh, mom's just finding out about that.
dude, we've had a siblings group chat for years. Don't worry. Dad was definitely alive for this. He was in his 40s. You're good.
And I love that. I love that
Yeah.
you guys have that.
We have a siblings group chat, and so we talk in it a few times a week. But it's different navigating each sibling because everyone's doing their own thing.
Oh, I think something that we do in the group chat is we send so many photos and videos of dad, like from our years ago and multiple years ago. Like I think you mentioning that group chat actually was a big part of how we help each other out and we don't even know it, because I don't think we think twice about it, but I think like every time we see a video of like dad and our memories, or even like of each other when we were younger, we just send them in the group chat. How a good way that we have helped each other out without even knowing it is the way that we just like send like the flashbacks and childhood memories and videos of dad, and we're like, oh my god, like I don't think we really like think twice about it. And I didn't even think about that until I was hearing you say it, and I was like, I think that's how we subconsciously help each other out.
I love that.
The other big thing that we've all done together was, and we've been doing this for years, is where are the Keefes? I think that's a big thing that probably helped us, is just so that way it's just where you take a selfie on a random day, send it out, and then everyone has to say, oh, I'm doing this and stuff. And it's really cool since we're all in different places. It's like, oh, like, what's Duck Day? Or like, what's this and what's that? Like, it like keeps us all relevant in our lives, I feel like, you know?
But like I said, we don't text every single day, but when we're all together like this, it is like we haven't missed a beat, and we're not like, oh, so like what's going on? Like, it's not small talk with each other. It's like we've just been living in the same house for a while. So I think that is like a really cool thing that we have that some siblings don't have, is we all like bond really well and do different things. We'll all go out to dinner together with mom, and or we'll come home from dinner and we'll all play NHL, or we'll all do different things. We'll play games with each other, or we'll fuck with each other and throw like cheese on mom's face or something like that. But I think we all stay really connected, and we all are like, it's like we haven't left when we're at home.
Yeah, so I'd say the group chat's definitely a big thing that helps me stay more in touch, because I'm 6 hours behind everyone. So sometimes it's harder to make phone calls or actually see people in person, because I could be getting out of work at 4 p.m. my time, but it's already 10 for them, and it's like a weekday, and so it can be a bit hard to stay in touch over the phone, which I still try to make my best efforts to. But with over text, like what they were saying, where we'd send like old memories of each other, like, or just send old memories of dad, or just checking up on each other, making sure. And like, I know like we'll also hit each other up out of the blue. Like, I've gotten texts from everyone. I've sent texts out, just checking up on each other, making sure we're doing okay on the side. Just like, if we know somebody might be having a bad day or just want to get in touch with them, we reach out to each other, because we need to have each other's backs, because we all love each other very much and we want to be there for each other.
I love that. Matt, are there moments that you find that you miss dad the most?
Definitely when I'm seeing something that he thinks would be either really funny or like have a really good time, or just like whenever I used to come home from work, he would ask me like, "What did you do today?" And like he would be asking for pictures and like details on every aspect of it. So when I do something like really cool at work, I'll be like, "Damn, he would have loved to hear about this," or like just seeing something that seeing something he would get joy out of, like I don't like if I see like a pumpkin beer, I'd be like, "Damn, he would have been down some of those bad boys." But it yeah, sometimes it just hits me harder. Like, and I'll be like, damn,
Yeah.
still can't really believe it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, during those types of moments.
I can see that. Emily, what about for you? Like, what has been like the hardest milestone in this past year? Wait, what?
I get nervous. So I had to say something because I'm
Should I
laughing.
state it, Matt? I don't
No.
I was like, I felt like I should move along.
No,
Didn't know.
perfect. Okay.
You sure?
I just get nervous.
Okay.
I get nervous laughter, so that's why I was like smirking the whole time. It's not funny. It's just whatever.
I loved your answer, by the way. About
I just,
Thank you.
okay.
Emily, for you, what has been the hardest milestone in this past year?
I would say the hardest milestone, like it honestly is probably like me transferring to Embry-Riddle has been like something that's made me really emotional. It also just could be the fact that there's a lot going on during this like time where everything's happening. But I think just something about the fact that we'd kind of always talked about like when we were younger and during like my recruiting process and everything, like what it, like me and Tim going to the same school or whatever. And dad was like a huge part of my like lacrosse like career and everything as well. And I think like that just recently is like really like solidified.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is probably the first big life event, right? That you've had since dad died. Like your first thing that you're doing that maybe he doesn't know about.
Yeah. So I think that's a good point of like why it's been so hard, because like even last night I was filling out like paperwork for Embry-Riddle or whatever, and I'm just filling out the paperwork, and there was a specific spot where it came to about like your parents, and I was just like, oh, like so I guess that was a really good way to put it. Like this is the first big thing that I have chosen on my own that he doesn't know about.
Yeah.
So
Can I say something?
yeah.
How incredibly proud I am that you're making a change. Do you know how hard it is to make a change? And you decided to make a change. You're not staying with just being comfortable, right? Mm-hmm. You're pushing yourself and you're moving forward in your future. I'm in awe of that, right? So all of you, when you do your thing, I'm in awe because you're choosing to live and keep moving forward. And that's what we talk about, right? Get busy living, and you're all doing it. So I'm just saying, it's not easy to make a change, and I'm proud that you're doing it, even though you're uncomfortable.
Thanks, Carol. I appreciate that.
Actually, Jen, if you want to hold on to that. I was coming up to you. For you, are there certain days or just things that like trigger you the most to not just think about Mark, but I guess it's, I'm sure you have different thoughts where it's like you think about Mark and it's just good thoughts and happy thoughts and things like that. But are there certain triggers where it's like you said today, you had kind of a tough day, right?
Yeah. So definitely around the 22nd, right, of every month. And I don't know if it will be like that going forward, right? Once you hit the year milestone, then I feel like you're like counting down like a baby, right? they're like 23 months or whatever, right? So I don't know if that will change, and I'm just counting down to the year. But the 22nd definitely hits me around the 21st, 22nd. But life events, right? And not necessarily the holidays, more like Timothy's graduation. I'm all by myself. Danny's graduation, I'm with family, but Mark should have seen that. He should have seen them walk across the stage. M's first collegiate game, he should have been sitting there with me, right? The first time I went to Hawaii to visit Matthew, like he should have been there for that. And those are the moments that like that trigger for me. There's sadness there, there's heartbreak there. Yeah, those moments.
Yeah. Let's talk about something happy.
First,
Oh,
Jodi.
oh. Wait, I'm
the spot.
the interviewer becomes the interviewee.
So we talk about our grief and we talk about what we've been through as a family, but I would like to know, I mean, you've known Mark for 35 years. So not only did you lose like your brother, but like you had to help me grieve. So what's that been like for you? Missing Mark and then trying to be there for me.
Honestly, really hard. I guess because I just felt like I always want you to be able to come to me with your grief, right? Like I want you to know that like you can come to me with anything. So and you're dealing with your grief and you know, you guys' grief, right? So like the last thing you need to be dealing with is my grief. I'm not going to put that on you. So,
But 11 months later, I'm asking.
yeah. So, I'm weird, I guess. I don't know if it's weird. I don't know. I try to compartmentalize it. You know, if I can say that right. So whereas like literally, because that's so ridiculous, every Saturday I have a 25-minute ride to work and I listen to sad music and I cry about Mark.
Yeah.
And I talk to him. I have his picture in my car and I just talk to him. I love that. Yeah. And I cry. And then I get to work and I'm like, okay, we're good. We can face today, right? But yeah, I mean, I miss him so freaking much. But
Do you remember the time he vacuumed your hair up?
I do. Yeah. That's one of my favorite memories.
Wait, can we talk about it for a second?
Sure.
So I was 18, right?
Yeah.
And our parents were out
Mm-hmm.
and we had to vacuum. And we had an Electrolux vacuum.
The
cleaner.
Electrolux with it was like the square and then it had the like, I don't even know what you
Powerful.
call it, right? It like rolled like
Rollers,
this. So,
rollers.
yeah, it was like rollers.
Yeah.
And so Mark thought he was being funny. And I had pretty long hair like I do now. And he thought he was being funny. So he went up to me like with the vacuum. But my hair got caught in it.
Well, you
and
went like this.
probably.
flipped it.
Mark, all right. So Mark always said that I did this all the time. He made fun of me all the time for that. But my hair got completely wrapped up in it. Like, so that the Electrolux vacuum was stuck to my head. And instead of the two of them, like Tweedledee and Tweedledum over here, like instead of unplugging the vacuum or shutting it off, Mark just started pulling.
Well, I did too.
Yeah.
Do it. Because like my parents would be home any minute.
Yeah. And
So-
yeah, I lost a lot of hair
So
that day.
Jodi, all right. So I'm like, what the fuck did you do? And we're pulling
Yeah.
it, right? So then Jodi's like, it's fine. Unplug it, right? So you're telling us to unplug it. We unplug it. And she's like, it's fine. She's like, it's fine. And then all of a sudden, clumps start coming out.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's not fucking fine. And she starts freaking out.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm telling my parents on you.
Did I say that? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I loved Mark so much. I don't know about that. I mean, I was such a pain in the ass to him at first. I mean, I was 15 years old and I tagged along with everything that they did.
that.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I
Maybe looking back.
maybe
What about
Maybe-
friendlies when you put the sugar in his drink or you flick his ear in the car?
So I was just going to talk about the flick in the air. I mean, I would be sitting in the back seat and just flicking. I mean, he was just he probably was thinking, Jen, like, what the fuck? Why are you?
He gave you warning.
Why are you a package deal over here? Yeah, I
He
don't
loved
think we need.
you.
I don't need.
Yeah,
we need
yeah,
to tell
we
that
will.
story.
All of a sudden, I'm like, oh, I
Yeah, that's not a good one.
He left.
Sounds
He
like
left.
a good one.
I'm sure you've heard it.
Those one?
Should we tell it?
Sure.
Okay, so I'll admit, I was being a pain in the ass and I kept flicking his ear. And he kept saying to me, you need to stop or you're going to regret it. You need to stop. And like, I'm just thinking to myself, like, how bad can I regret this? So I don't know why. I kept flicking his ear.
I was grimy.
So nothing happened. It was like Friday night and nothing happened. So I spent the weekend. I didn't even think about it again. I was just like, okay, whatever. Okay, Mark.
That's where he gets you.
Gotta regret it, right? And yeah, I'm in school on Monday and I go to lunch. And you know the story?
I think I remember it a little bit.
And all the sophomore girls were sitting at one table, and in front of us were all the senior boys, and they were all turning around talking and staring. And I remember looking at my friend Kelly and saying, I think they're looking at me. And she was like, they're not looking at you. Why do you think they're looking at you? And I'm like, no, I think they're looking at me. And one of them yells across the lunchroom, hey, Jodi, is it true? Did you take a shit in the woods this week?
When you go low, he goes lower.
15-year-old girl, senior boys yelling that. And I wanted to melt into the table. And then later that day, I'm walking down the hall, and I remember exactly who this was too. This kid who was a year older than me yells down the hall to Jen, says, hey, Jen, is it true? Did your sister take a shit in the woods? And Jen was like, yep, she sure did. Yep. Yeah, so, but like the
In
funny.
fairness, though, I didn't know he said that, but I knew I had to say yes to whatever.
Oh, okay, sis, thanks. But like I will say, I mean, that could be traumatizing, right? I mean, like, I mean, but like, instead of first of all, I knew I deserved it, kind of, right? I mean, that was a little
That was
overboard.
excessive.
It was a little excessive,
Fucking
but like, I don't know, like, it's just hard to explain, right? Like, it was like you couldn't get mad at him, really, right? Or you couldn't stay mad at him. Thanks, sis. That's how my grief is, I guess. Right? Did I answer the question?
You did. And I have to say, I appreciate you letting me grieve because I need that.
Yeah.
And I know when I come to you, I can talk about my grief. And I know it's like selfish, but I need that. And so I appreciate that.
I've never thought it was selfish.
Well, it is to me because I know how much you're grieving him. I know it.
I got
Thank
you, girl.
I know you do. Thank you.
Yeah. Should we move on?
Sure.
Oh, I wasn't ready for that. Tim, what's something that you've learned about yourself in this past year?
You can do anything you put your mind to, and I've known that, but I don't have like dad to go and text to help out. I have mom to go and text to help out, and I text mom for help. But I know that I can do anything I put my mind to because that's what I was taught when I was young from mom and dad. And then like losing dad, it removes someone to go to, and you kind of have to figure it out yourself sometimes. And that's part of growing up as well. But just knowing that you can do anything you put your mind to, because most of the battle is the mental battle itself, not just actually doing what it is. I mean, knowing that he went into the elevator union at, I think, 29, and knowing nothing, like he was saying, he said to the guy he was with, like, I went in, I told him I'm as green as green can be, meaning nothing. And receiving the award from the union that he did, it's just, it just shows you that you can do anything. And I think that's maybe not something I've learned to just when he passed, but just learning it throughout the grieving him and everything like that, just growing through it and doing it.
That was a really nice way to put that about his career to me.
It was. Yeah. He was very proud of his career.
Yes.
Yes.
How, kids, I want all of you to answer this if you can. How has losing your dad changed the way that you just see life in general?
Kind of to tag along to what I said earlier. Just I try to have fun with everything that I do. Try to have fun every single day. Life is what it is. I don't know, just living life to the fullest, I think is my biggest thing. It's tough for me to plan in advance a lot of the times because I'll get like overwhelmed when it's like I just try to live day by day and live every day that I can. The best of my ability, I guess.
Love that.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You are doing a great job.
One of the ways I do that is just realizing that not everything is that deep. Like, yeah, oh no, I just messed this thing up at work. Oh my god, like this is gonna suck. In reality, no one died. The worst that's gonna happen is if someone's gonna bust my balls for 10 seconds about it and then move on.
Yeah.
But no one died.
It's a huge life lesson, I feel like.
And it really is, because beforehand it would just be like, oh my god, like paint just got on the driveway. This is so bad and everything. Oh my god, freaking out. And then you just come up to me and it's like, did anyone die? I was like, no. All right. Not an issue then. I was like, really? Absolutely. All right. And then you just move on. And then, I mean,
you come to my house and get paint on the driveway and I don't care.
so that's just me, like, just living every day to the fullest, and just spending more time with family mainly. Like I would have the options of I remember the summer before he passed, or the year before, I forget. Doesn't matter. I had the option of going out to dinner with you two and dad, or going to my friend's house to watch the Celtics or the Bruins, doesn't matter, in the playoffs. And I chose my friends, which I don't regret it then. But now looking back, I was like, okay, I can either go over or have some pizza with one of my friends, or I can go to dinner and eat on a Tuesday night with my family. I was like, that's a no-win. I'll pick my family all day long.
Family every day.
I realized that more, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
I would say, like, seeing my dad die in front of my eyes definitely changed just like a lot of things about the way I think about life. And everyone says all the time, it goes by fast, life is short. But like when you see something like that, like it really, you just are shown how short it is. And like I just live life, and I live life. Living life means like embodying all the aspects of it, the good, the sad, the maybe not so pretty, like all the different aspects of it. And I think that's what I've really been trying to do. Living with no regrets or guilt or anything.
No regrets.
No regrets. But like one of my really good friends, Jack, has a tattoo that says "Live the Dash," and the dash is in between the year you were born and the year and the day you were born, the year and the day you died. So, like, living doing as much as you can in between that, because that's what matters. Every day, every minute, every hour, and So I think really just I was shown how short life is, and there's no time to waste.
Jack, I'm getting that tattoo, by the way.
Me too.
Shout out Jack, Jackie
I was
V.
gonna say that sounds like a good.
How has losing your dad changed the way that you see life?
Thank you. So it kind of showed me like who's like the really close friends. Like I have a good amount of friends who's been checking up with me, been keeping in touch, and just making sure everything's okay. And like it kind of shows you who's close, and also just living every day to the fullest. Because like life's short, and I don't want to live with regrets. I don't have any regrets right now, and I want to keep it that way because I love the way I'm living, and I want to just keep living the way I want to keep living. Be me.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really am. Can I answer that question?
Yes.
One thing that I've started doing this year is I've always taken pictures. I would be self-conscious out in public, kind of like what you're saying with the selfies, and now I'm like, I don't care. These people around me don't know me. And they're probably all doing the same thing, and what does it matter? And all that matters, right, is that having that memory of that moment. But one thing that I do, because I remember you guys telling me that Mark did it you guys were saying it on the day that he passed. I'll send my kids videos. Yeah.
Yes, thank God.
So they have like my boys,
Yes.
or just me, or like, I'll get to work, and I work on a beach. So I'll get there and the sun will be rising. So I'll run across the street, take a video of the sun rising, and just good morning to everybody. And when you wake up, check in with us all, because we have a group chat too. And so that's just something that I'm carrying forward with Mark.
Yes.
Love that.
Snaps for Jodi.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
So sis, for you, if someone's listening today and they lost their spouse yesterday, what would you want them to know?
You have a choice. Every day is a choice. And whatever choice you make is okay. But it's all about choices. So you have to decide. Are you going to get up and keep going? Or are you going to make an alternative choice? And whatever you decide is okay for you, but it's all about choices. It's all about leaning into your support and letting go. You can't do it all. And so you need to ask for help. You got to be vulnerable.
It's not easy.
No. And it's at a time where you just want to protect like yourself, but you can't do it all. And so I found that being vulnerable and asking for help and like letting the love in, right? It's so weird. Like I lost Mark and I wanted to like curl up in a ball, right? But I kept choosing love. I kept choosing get up. I kept choosing me. And I kept choosing my kids. So for me, that was my way forward. And I also kept, like, I remembered what Mark was truly like and what he would truly want, not the version of Mark is dead. And now what do I think he would want? Or how do I have to grieve because he's dead? I remembered who he was. Like he was full of life. He was full of love. He was full of pranks and he lived with intention. And I needed to remember those things. And he would never want me so sad.
No.
He wouldn't. And so that's what I would say to somebody is like, don't focus so much on like what you I don't want to say like what you think you need to do, because like you have the feelings, but like just try to focus on remembering who your loved one was and what they would want for you. And if you focus on that, I feel like it will lead you to the path that you were meant to go down. And that path is different for everyone. And for me, it was to get up and keep going and to find the joy every day and to live life.
I think that's great advice. I
Thank
do.
you. And that's just from my point of view. I am not an expert. I can only speak to what Jen Keefe feels.
And that's all we're asking, right? Kids, if someone listening lost their dad yesterday, what would you tell them?
I would just tell them to, again, kind of what you said, be the person you are. Like you like as a kid, you still have a lot of life to live. You didn't lose your spouse, right? Like you lost your parent, which sucks, but your parents are supposed to go before you. So live the life you were supposed to. It obviously sucks, but try not to curl up in a ball and change what you're gonna do because, like, I don't know,
You have your future ahead of you.
you have your future ahead of you. Exactly. And again, like we all kind of said, like live life to the fullest and not live in the past and be so sad. Like if you can be sad, that means you can be happy too. You don't just get to pick one thing and then feel bad for the other thing. So
I love that.
I know.
and
Very insightful.
thank you. And yeah, live in no regrets. Guilt is a wasted emotion. Jen Keefe. But have fun, smile, cry, feel all the emotions. Don't just feel the sadness.
Love that. That was great.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, that's how I got my answer. Mike.
Honorable mention.
If someone lost their dad,
Yeah.
I mean, like it does suck. Like there's we no way to sugarcoat it, you know.
Not at all.
Yeah, it sucks. It's gonna be a major part of your life. Yeah, it's a major chapter of your life. I mean, like what Tim said, you can have the, you got to have the lows to have the highs. If you can't just have the highs, is you got to know what the lows feel like to be able to be that happy. You're gonna get through it.
What do I say,
I don't want
though?
to interrupt you, but I love
What do
that.
I say though? What do you strive for? Do you remember what I say?
Strive to get up. Strive to get out of
You
bed.
have to have the lows to feel the highs, but every day you strive to just live in the middle.
Yes.
Okay, so you can really enjoy the highs when you're there, and when you're in the lows, you can remember the highs.
Yes.
Right? And every day you're just living.
Mm-hmm. And going off of what you have said before, and some of you might be looking out, and if it has happened, you might have regrets. I personally don't have any regrets, but if you do, just know there's a reason the rear view mirror is smaller than the windshield. It's more important what's out in front of you and not what's behind you. You can't change what happens. You can only change what could and what might happen in the future. So focus on that and not what you could have done when you can't change anything.
I think all these little expressions, like really that I've been hearing from you guys, are so helpful. Like I really do. I think that like somebody will hear like that one piece and be like, oh, wait, yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Something to take away.
Yeah.
Little nuggets.
Yeah.
nuggets.
I love it.
With everything, but one
Right.
thing.
Love that. Yeah.
And then lastly, before I pass the mic, is don't keep it in. Like it might not be like what you've said before, time and place, but I mean sometimes it just doesn't matter. It's not that important. It's not that deep. If you keep it in, it's gonna come out. It's gonna happen. So you have to let it out sooner rather than later, or else it could affect someone else in your life who you don't want it to affect in a negative way. So you gotta let it out.
Agreed.
I would say that losing a parent, especially at a younger age, it's easy to feel isolated, and it's a very small community. I mean, not very many young adults that you're around with every day lost a parent. And it's very easy to feel isolated, and it's very easy to feel like you have to almost mature and grow up faster than the people around you. And I think finding those people that you can connect with on that type of level and have maybe people, I know for me, people that have gone through significant losses at a younger age and like at pivotal growing points of your life, like talking to them has just always made me feel like I don't have to explain myself and I just can be very connected. So I guess my little takeaway for people, for children who have lost or young adults who have lost a parent is find those people, and like you don't have to be alone even though it feels like very isolating. Branch out, find that group of people even though it might be very hard to do, but that's what's helped me.
Oh, you just remind me of that song, Find Your People.
Oh,
I love
yeah,
that song. Me too.
One thing I would have to say if you lose your dad is you kind of gotta just keep trucking forward, keep moving. But like obviously you're gonna still like grieve. You're still gonna have your rough days, and I'm not saying not to feel those because you need those to feel those to move on. But at the end of the day, also like Tim was saying, like parents are supposed to go before you do. Like you're the kid, and like I know it's a lot easier said than done. But if you just kind of let that travesty get to your head and you don't keep moving forward and you just stay stagnant and you try to not really branch out or do anything new and you try and just stay in like your little safe bubble of like of things that worked out and like not really moving forward, then you're gonna be stuck in that place because if you keep doing that, that's gonna be all you know, and then it's just gonna keep building on it, and you won't be able to branch forward, and you'll just be stuck. So no matter how hard it is, you just have to keep moving forward and appreciate the time you had with them, and remember and just grieve. Like you still need to grieve, but you can't just stay stagnant.
I love that, Matt. Great job.
Can I ask you a question?
Okay. I'm scared.
Well, so obviously, like your mom, sister, and your aunt, but so you've known us obviously before dad died. I guess my question is, have you noticed a difference in like us or our family dynamic before and after dad died?
Oh, that's a really good question. Oh, that's
Or
hard.
like in mom or well, like I don't know. I was just thinking about it.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it's hard, right? Like, you guys were definitely your party of six, right? If you ever walked into this house on any given day, no matter who was home, if there were three of you home, four of you home, five of you home, two of you home, whoever was home was together, right? And I guess that hasn't changed. Like it's just that Mark's not here.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know how to say it because I think before dad died that you guys without consciously knowing it knew that that was important, right? But now I think you consciously know how important it is in those relationships. And I think even how close, like, I mean, I have friends of yours that call me their aunt, you know what I mean, who I love more than life, right? And I think we've all come, all of us, to like, we valued those relationships before, but now we realize just like we just value everything so much more, right? Like you just realize that these people are just so important. And so for me, besides the obvious changes of the grief that you've been dealing with this year, I don't know that there's been huge changes in your dynamic because you guys already had such a close dynamic.
I love that.
Yeah. So I'm not sure that that has changed so much. Maybe it's just
agree with that.
strengthened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys
I
agree
was gonna
with
say
that?
that was a trick question.
Yeah, I was just
Right.
curious.
Like,
Because we haven't changed in that way. It's just we are missing Mark.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
yeah.
we're still like the party is 6. There's just 5 of us. But we're still so close and we all gravitate towards each other. It wasn't like Mark was holding us there
No.
and all of a sudden it went away.
Just
think
made it
it's-
stronger.
All of us that make
Yeah.
we're still there.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm the person that brings us all together. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, Jan.
Just kidding.
Get it, queen.
Just kidding. But I agree.
Can I add something to Jody's first question? I was gonna, if you lost a parent as one of their children, I would say to get a therapist, whether you have no one behind you or you have 1,000 people behind you, because sometimes you may not know it, but you put like everybody else first, and when you go and talk to a therapist, you put yourself first and you only think about yourself, and for that hour it might be a really good place to get away. And maybe you hate the idea of therapy, just try it. If you don't like your first therapist, get another therapist.
I love
If you don't
that.
like your second, get a third therapist. But there is somebody out there who is a good therapist for you, and everybody, if you lose your parent, you should get a therapist.
Can I say that for a sec?
Oh, can I just 1 second?
Yeah.
Can I just ask a question?
Absolutely.
He just not on my list of questions, but you put yourself in the hot seat with this one.
Give it to me.
As the oldest child and as the oldest male child, do you feel a responsibility to not take dad's place, because you could never do that, right? But like, do you feel a responsibility to take care of the family or to like just do things? And you mentioned how when you go to therapy you don't have to think about anybody else, so do you feel like you're kind of taking on that role a little bit? Or
I mean, yeah,
Mhm.
like Danny does all of the stuff outside of the house for sure, but I feel like you kind of, if you do the math, you're the man of the house if you're the oldest man in the house. I'm not in the house all year long, but
You're our emotional support.
The
person.
angle.
Yeah,
Our
like
angle.
you're anchoring us, Tim. Like,
is that a lot of pressure?
so let me tell you, I feel it for sure. But no, I don't think it's
help you
it's
with the
pressure.
anchor, though.
No, yeah, I don't think
Do
it's
you have dual anchors?
The anchor got
Sorry, go ahead.
passed out
Yeah.
chain.
yeah, I don't think it's pressure, but I think that you kind of already not assume that role, but like, at least me, like I feel like I can be there for everybody and kind of put yourself second, which is okay because not everything's about me.
Why do you look at me?
But it's
Why'd
okay
you
to
look at me,
but it's okay to put yourself first sometimes.
and so that's why I think
Put your
therapy,
oxygen mask on.
and that's why I think therapy is a good outlet, because that allows me to put myself first and then be able to come home and help other people.
I don't
with
even know if
whatever
you're
they need.
realizing it, but you're doing exactly what Dad used to do.
What?
Yeah, with it.
Yeah.
He killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's smart.
Oh, it can be like the
Yeah.
chills. Yeah.
But yes, I do feel that way sometimes, but
Mhm.
I don't feel out of place or feel pressure doing it.
Okay. Good. I didn't mean to cut you off, Danny.
I forget what I was gonna say now. So
Oh no.
It's all good. It's all good.
That's terrible.
No.
Kind of pivoting off of that, I guess. Matt, is it difficult for you being so far away? Do you feel like?
So it is difficult being far away from my family, but some, like,
there's some aspects where it's like I won't be in the house, so there's not as many reminders, or I'll be busy with work, or just I have a boyfriend who I talk to about it, and like we'll talk with each other because he lost his stepfather, but as his like real father, like at pretty much the same time I lost mine. So like we both can like relate on that level. So there's some aspects where it can be hard being away from everyone, but there's some aspects where I still have my support group there, and because I also have friends I work with who I can talk to. I have my boyfriend, and then also there's not constant reminders of just everything that happened. So it's just kind of like sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's easier.
Yeah, I get that. As we wind up, can we do I saw you do a little rapid fire in one of your videos. How about we do that? Is that good? Okay, so I have a few questions that we'll do a little rapid fire. Okay, first thing that comes to your mind. Jen, we'll start with you.
Yes.
What's something that people have done in this past year that have truly helped you?
When they check in on me on a non-holiday or a non-anniversary, just because they want to tell me they're thinking about me. It's
Love
really
that.
nice.
Yep.
When people do things that you don't ask them to do, like when people came over and helped with the photos before the funeral, or like when asked you about like body wash and toilet paper, the things you don't think about.
Oh, yeah.
Getting invited to things that you want beforehand, I guess. Specifically, my cousin Derek with hunting, that really helped me. That was a big one.
Love.
For me, it was probably about talking about him. I was with a ton of people that had never met him, and especially being like a taboo thing, I was around a lot of people that would ask questions about him or talk about him, which felt good being around people who never knew him, trying to get to know him.
I would say just knowing that I'm not going to be at 100% at all times, but just being there for my lows, being there for my highs, just being there. I appreciate all of them.
I love that.
Yeah.
Good answer. Good answer, Matt.
And then we'll go back this way.
All right, so Matt, we'll stay with you.
No pressure.
When someone says the name Mark, obviously dad for you, but like about Mark, what is like the first word that comes to your mind about him?
Amazing.
Love. Move it along. Rapid fire.
Quick.
Intentional.
Speedos.
That's the first thing you think about?
Yes. Classic.
My love.
That's
good.
two words.
What's something you never want people to forget about him? I know this is rapid. Take your time. He was just such a loving guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say one thing to never forget about him is the love he gave everybody.
Yeah.
Because love was taken, I'm gonna go with his jokes, the way he laughed.
I was actually going to say his laugh, because he does this laugh with his full body, and like just every muscle of him moves when he laughs. Like he just like, it's a full body laugh. And so when you said that, I was like, damn, you took mine. But piggybacking off of Danny.
I would just have to say the way he made you feel, because he could make you laugh. He could make you feel like the center of the world, or he could just make you feel heard. And that was something really amazing about him. He was like the jack of all trades.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you guys mind if I answer this one?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh yeah.
I just think that he was the most thoughtful person, right? Like he thought about things that you weren't even thinking about. And I know I've told this story before, and I know it's rapid fire, but I guess it's not.
You're the host.
Yeah, but he had 4 kids and a wife and a full-time job, a mother-in-law, who lives next door, and pets. And I will never forget one day he just pulled up to my house and he had bags of mulch in his car and he proceeded to spend a few hours in my yard. I had never asked for it. I never even probably thought about it. And he was like, I was at my mom's and I was doing some of hers and I had done mine and I had mulch. So I brought it to you. And it was just, that's just Mark. It was just like, it epitomized for me, like him, like he thought about things that you weren't even, like thinking about. He was just really thoughtful.
Yeah.
I was there for the mulch shop.
So you were. I will admit that. So I thank you for that, Tim. I was just gonna say something and I won't, but yes, I appreciate you, Tim. No, you're not. You were there. It was amazing. It really was. If Dad was listening today, if he was listening to this podcast, what do you hope he'd hear? Like, what do you think he'd take away from it?
Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
It's probably you go first.
I was just gonna say that I hope he knows like we're still laughing, we're still talking about you, obviously, but like we just like still have so much fun and we're carrying you forward with us no matter what. So
I hope he just sees how well we're doing, but also knowing we're grieving him at the same time. So he knows we're okay, but he also knows how deeply missed he is.
All the things that he thought was just little things, just part of life that we cherished the most. Just from the small little text you would send out to everything else that we still cherish to this day. Even to him, it was just breathing to him. It was just natural.
The dark humor.
Love me some dark humor. I'm trying to bring awareness to death, grief, living after loss.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would love that.
Me too. Yep. So I want to thank you guys for trusting me with this conversation, right? Mark's legacy lives on in literally each one of you. The values that he taught you, the love that you all share with each other, just all of it, right? And I hope that if you're listening tonight, that and you're grieving, that maybe you feel a little less alone. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks
Love
for
you guys.
love you. Thanks for doing this, sis.
Loved it.
So thank you for listening, for being here, for climbing alongside us. And until next time, keep going and get busy living. Thanks.
yay, squad!
All right.
Good job.
Did it.
Woo!
Peace out. Hi. As I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, it's Mark's birthday. And I couldn't let today end without celebrating the way that we always did, with his favorite cake. Normally, his birthday, he would be making the wish. But this year, I'm going to do it for him. And my wish is simple. I hope he's at peace. I hope he knows we're okay. Not because we don't miss him. We miss him every single day. But we've chosen to keep living. We've stayed close. We've shown up for each other. We've laughed. We've definitely cried. And we carry him with us. And we've done our best to live by the words that have become our family motto. Get busy living. So, happy birthday, Keefe. We love you. We miss you. And you'll always be a part of everything we do.